something bugging you? Maybe it's parasites. Doing a webinar tomorrow night, Thursday, February 6th at 8 p.m. Central Time for insiders and their guests only, all about parasites. How about that? Everything your MD was not able to tell you about parasites. We're going to dial right in for the assembled insider group. Not an insider yet? What the heck are you waiting for? $20 a month gives you immediate access to 100, I think, and 15 hours now of archived health recovery information and 5 hours of live webinars a week. If you are a longevity business builder, if you are a longevity associate, the webinars, the insider information are invaluable tools to help you grow your longevity business and spread our message of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. $20 a month, cancel at any time. If you sign up for a whole year, you get 2 months free. And that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. Tomorrow night, the webinar on parasites. Be there or be square. Let's go to Iowa, I think, and talk to Bob about heart problems. Hey, Bob, thanks for hanging on. You are live.
Okay. I can hear you good.
All right, Bob. What's happening, man?
I tell you what, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm about 71, been a workaholic all my life, still work full time. Been doing natural supplements for over 40 years. Don't go to the MD unless I'm dying. Then I don't go. I've been doing longevity for about 4 years. I've not, with my weight, I should have been taking the 2 healthy start packs. I've only been taking 1. But what my problem is, in the last month or so, when I start to fall asleep, my pulse rate accelerates. If I wake right back up, roll over, do something, boom, goes right back to normal, 60 beats per minute. I wake up, and I put my hand on my sternum, and I can feel my heart pulsating maybe at least 120, maybe to 150.
Yeah, that's high. So when you're falling asleep, right, when you're falling asleep, what position are you in, or what position are you lying in when this happens?
Usually on my side.
Right or left?
Either one.
Okay. And so you just roll over and change position, and it goes away?
Yes.
All right. So the most common cause of this is a funky disc in your backbone, right?
Okay. So, I go to a chiropractor on a regular basis. I go to 2 of them.
All right.
One does contact reflex analysis. The other one, he's been putting me in traction a lot. He gets the curvature in my spine back because I've been driving semis for 50 years, and my lower back is not correct. Neither is my neck.
All right,
we're getting it better, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I love chiropractors, man. A good chiropractor is worth their weight in gold. But the problem when you go to chiropractors, especially if you go on a regular basis, is they have their own thing that they're going to do with you. And it's easy for them to overlook new stuff that's developed, right? Because they're still on the track that they started 2, 3, 4 months ago. So I would tell them, go to one of the chiropractors. I go to the guy that does the traction, and I would say, look, I have a naturopathic doctor. He thinks, and I have this racing heart thing at night, the naturopath thinks it may be related to an intervertebral disc in my thoracic vertebrae, right? It's the part of your back where the nerves go to your heart. So if it's not right back there, when you assume a particular position, it's going to squish the nerve that goes to your heart, and if it's the right nerve and the right set of circumstances, your heart's going to beat rapidly. All right.
Okay, here's another thought I want to interject in here, and I don't know if this would happen. I took a bad fall 25 years ago.
Yeah?
It landed on my arm and back of my head. And the guy that does contact reflex analysis says I did some damage to my natural pacemaker back there.
Well, that's interesting. That's very interesting, and that's the only other possibility, because there's only two places that nerves come out of your central nervous system and feed your heart, and one of them is in your skull and the other one is in your upper thoracic vertebrae. But, you know, given a situation like that, I would have anticipated these symptoms happening way before they are now, right? I mean, I would have anticipated this happening years and years ago. That doesn't make sense to me. Are you shorter now than you used to be?
Taller.
You're taller because of the traction, right?
Right. I know after about 6 months of this, he said I was a quarter-inch taller than I used to be when I started.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, this has to be a mechanical thing in the body because it, you know, happens positionally. Are you ever inclined, and the pun was intended that time, to lie down during the daytime, or do you only lie down at night?
I tell you what, I have other little heart issues, and there's been times, especially after I've been pushed myself, I'll get lightheaded, and then my heart will start pounding. And if I go back in the bunk and lay down for about 5 minutes, it goes away.
All right. So have you eliminated the 10 bad foods yet?
It's hard to eat right on the road, but I try to.
Okay. So you really need to dial that in. Especially eliminating wheat.
Stay away from pizza. I stay away from greasy hamburgers. Stay away from buffets. Eat a lot of fruit. Don't eat many vegetables.
Well, I don't care about that. I just don't want you to eat oil in a bottle, fried food, wheat, barley, rye, or oats. I want you to stay away from those grains. And it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. Like, you can have the hamburger, not the bun, right? You can eat the cheese and the sauce on the pizza. Well, you don't eat pizza, so that's good. So the recommendation here, what I would add to your program in order to support and promote the structure and function of your cardiovascular system, I would switch to the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. I would do one Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, 3 bottles of selenium, and 2 bottles of the glucogel at the 240 count. 2 bottles of the glucogel 240, 3 bottles of selenium, and the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. That's what I would do.
Okay, right now I'm taking the Healthy Health Start Pack, you know, where you take the Mighty 90. I was doing one of those. I bumped it up to 2 of those canisters, 2 of the calcium, and 2 of the TFAs. I'm taking about 8 glucogels a day.
Okay, so increase the glucogel. How much do you weigh?
Right at 200.
All right, so you need 20 glucogel a day.
Okay.
Now, the easier 21 would be easier. 7 with breakfast, 7 with lunch, 7 with dinner. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not when you break it up to 3 times a day. 7, 7, and 7. If you want to get really courageous, you can just do 2, 10, and 10. That's what I do. Selenium supplementation also is important here for healthy heart function. Selenium supplementation. Okay. So I would increase the glucogel, and I would get some selenium. You know, in a perfect world, you could do 4 bottles a month, but, you know, start with 2 or 3 bottles of the selenium a month. And have the chiropractor assess the upper back where the nerves to the heart come out. And see, you know, it might just be a simple little tweak that needs to happen here because the traction might have made that part of your back a little funky, and he just missed it, right?
Well, about 3 weeks ago I was there, and I mentioned it to him, my problem, and he said I had one vertebra was pretty tight.
Well, see, oftentimes, so oftentimes then he needs to focus on that. Tell him that you spoke to me, that I'm concerned about this, and that I want him to focus on that part of your back and make it right. Another thing that you can do before you go to bed, I don't know if you have the capability to do this, but taking a hot bath in Epsom salts is a very, very, very good thing to do.
I can do it when I'm home.
Yeah. So you want to put 1 pound of Epsom salts in a full tub of water and soak in it for about 20 minutes immediately before bed. Now, if the Epsom salts eliminates the problem, then I'm right. It's a mechanical problem due to constriction in your upper thoracic spine. You need more glucogel, you need selenium, and have the chiropractor try to tweak this back into its proper position. And whatever happens, Bob, give me a call back with a report, because I like to keep track of stuff like this. All right?
I enjoy. This is the first time I've called in. First time I actually listened to it. I got your disc. I enjoyed them. I pass them out to people. Most people think my wife and I are kooks. That we're better health than anybody in the family. They can't understand that.
Well, you're in good company, because it's the kooks of the world that are going to be the last men and women standing when everyone else is dead from cancer and chronic disease. So don't worry, Bob. The person who laughs the loudest. Keep up the good work and don't be sidetracked by people of low mental ability. I appreciate your support. All right. Be safe on the road there, Bob. Be safe on the road, man. I'll look forward to talking to you in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, something bugging you, maybe it's parasites. We're going to talk all about that on our worldwide health webinar for insiders and their guests only. You want to become an insider? Well, that's the smartest thing you've ever done. FireYourMDNow.com. Click on the link to become an insider. Follow the bouncing mouse, and life is good. Looks like we're going to Jessica in Michigan. Is that Michigan? When we come back, stick around. I know sometimes it seems like a mission impossible. It really does, because, people are dimwits. People are thick-headed. People have lots of intellectual inertia. Most people, they go along their lives and they believe that their MD knows what's best for them, and that's all they want to know. But, if you're not attached to the outcome, if you just tell people the truth over and over and over and over and over and over and over a couple times a day, you will secure quite a following. Because not everybody is thick-headed. Not everybody is intractable. And everybody needs your help. So if you're in Longevity Nation and you're feeling frustrated, look, just buck up. The simple solution here is show 2 people a day what we're up to. You don't even have to know how to spell the word vitamin to be successful with longevity. All you need to do is be able to point. I know a doctor that says you don't have to suffer with that. If I send you a link to this webinar, will you watch it? How about attending a live webinar? If I invite you to that, will you show up? Or how about if I lend you this CD, or if I lend you this DVD? How about that? Or how about I give you this magazine to read? It's called Success from Home. It's all you need to do, twice a day. And if you do that twice a day, and you teach everybody that comes into your organization as a business builder how to do that twice a day, everything is going to change. Be of good cheer, and don't let illegitimi non est carborundum. It's one of my most favorite Latin phrases. Illegitimi non est carborundum translates loosely to, don't let the bastards grind you down. Stick with it. Life will come around for you eventually, one person at a time. Let's go to Jessica. I think Jessica is in Michigan. Am I right? Hey, Jessica. Thanks for calling. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. How are you?
I'm good. Are you in Mississippi or are you in Michigan? Where are you?
I am in Michigan.
All right. You lucky girl. Is it cold enough for you?
Yes, it is. There are some advantages to cold weather.
Yeah, such as?
it kills all of the little amoebas and little strange things in the air. So when you breathe the air, a lot of times it's actually cleaner.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Yep.
Yeah. So there are some few advantages to living in a cold climate. So.
Yeah, I live in a town where they have a bad weather siren, like a tornado siren. And every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, they test it, right? And I was driving out and about yesterday, and it was colder than a son of a gun here yesterday. Crystal clear, blue sky day, but it was really cold. And the sound travels so well when it's really cold out that they turn that alarm on. It's like 10 miles from my house. I thought I was standing right underneath it. And it shocked me for 2-3 seconds before I figured out what was going on. But yeah, cold weather is very, very interesting. However, Dr. Glidden says enough is enough, and let's bring a little warm weather to Chicagoland. What do you say, Jessica?
It is coming. It is coming. Hope is eternal, and it is coming.
So how can I help? Thanks for calling. What's going on?
All righty. Here's what's going on. I have 2 potential clients. One guy has gout. He's a young guy. He's only 40. He's had this crap for like 20 years. Wow. He can barely walk a lot of times. And he claims that he is open to suggestion. So,
well, that's a step in the right direction, right?
Yes. And then I have a woman who is 84 or 5. I know that she has the broken hip issue has taken place. I don't know how mobile she is right now, but I've spoken with her daughter, who is at least open to looking at something. So I'd like some choice words for both of these people. All
right, great. Well, very good. We'll do the easy one first. Actually, they're both easy. But, when someone breaks a hip, whether it's by luck or by fate, whether they slip and fall or, there was a big bad trauma to the body or they just fell off of a ledge and their hip was so weak that it broke, we use bone and joint support, and the easiest, best, and most practical way to support and promote bones and joints is with a healthy bone and joint pack. So for her, it's a simple solution: 1 healthy bone and joint pack and 2 selenium for 100 pounds of body weight per month. We'll pick up the gout thing on the other side of the break. Stick around. We have a worldwide coalition of people involved with longevity, people from all walks of life. People who have, ditch diggers and philosophers and preachers and computer scientists, lawyers, even got a couple of doctors. How about that? Involved with longevity, lots and lots of nurses. All kinds of people from all walks of life involved with longevity who have taken it upon themselves to spread our message of health recovery through science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. And I'd like to encourage the good people at the Bar P Ranch in Alberta, to listen to Joe, who's a longevity distributor up there, because Joe knows what he's talking about. Give Joe your attention. And pay attention to what he has to say, because he's working with us to change the way that the world spins on its axis, and we are all in this together. And as my great something uncle or something cousin, great cousin, Benjamin Franklin said, we must all hang together, or most assuredly we will hang alone. Let's finish it up with Jessica in Michigan. Ooh, I just got chills thinking of Michigan. So when someone has a hip problem, right, whether it's from a fall or an injury or whatever, the recommendation is to support and promote the structure and function of the bones and joints, and we do that with the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, and the best way to do that is appropriate for body weight. So it's 1 healthy bone and joint pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And you always want to give a little more, right? So if she's 150, I'd give her the 200-pound dose. If she's 180, I'd give her the 200-pound dose, right? And always, selenium supplementation, I recommend for everybody, and especially if there's a bone or a joint issue, because selenium goes a long way towards speeding up the recovery of cartilage, tendon, and ligament trouble, right? So it's the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack and selenium appropriate for body weight. Now, with gout, and by the way, Jessica, did I press the right button? Are you still with me?
I am. I'm listening intently.
All right, very good. So from our point of view, gout is a facultative breakdown in the liver. It traces back to the liver. Now, gout technically is the accumulation of something called uric acid crystals in the blood. And when you get uric acid crystals accumulating in joints, which they are prone to do, it's like having little bits of sand in your joints, and that hurts, and that's what gout is. It's the accumulation of these little rock-hard crystals of uric acid in the joint. And why did they get there? Well, we believe it's because the liver is funky. Now, an interesting old-timey naturopathic remedy for gout is black cherry juice. So have him go to a health food store. I've even seen this at a normal grocery store. Get a bottle of black cherry juice concentrate. Black cherry juice concentrate. It has to be black cherry juice concentrate. And have him put a tablespoon of the black cherry concentrate in 8 ounces of water, and have him drink that down 4 times a day. 1 tablespoon and 8 ounces of water, have him drink it down 4 times a day. That will go a long way towards helping to mobilize the uric acid crystals out of the joint. But that's not going to fix why they were there in the first place. In order to do that, we believe you have to support the structure and function of the liver, and we do that most appropriately with the anti-aging Healthy Start Pack, and selenium appropriate for body weight. Selenium, of course, 1 bottle per 50 pounds per month, not to exceed more than 4 bottles a month. That's it. It's the anti-aging Healthy Start Pack and selenium, and into the bargain, the black cherry juice concentrate to kind of help him get on the other side of the painful stuff. And everybody, Jessica, and this goes without saying, everybody has to stop eating the 10 bad foods. Because the 10 bad foods, number 1, cause inflammation, and number 2, they destroy and inflame tissues in the body that the body uses to absorb nutrients. So, eating the 10 bad foods, it's really like kicking somebody when they're down. And oftentimes, just from elimination of the foods, people experience a remarkable positive change in their health without any supplementation whatsoever. That's how bad the foods are. So eliminate the 10 bad foods, take the nutritional supplements, become a longevity business builder, for goodness sake, and live long and prosper. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
All right, you go, girl. Keep up the good work in chilly Michigan, and give me a call when you see the first robin of spring. From Michigan to Indiana, I think it's Geraldine who's up next. Hey, Geraldine, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hello.
Hello, Geraldine. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm looking at the driveway I have to shovel. I'm not happy.
Pardon?
I'm looking at a driveway I have to shovel. I'm not happy.
Oh, mine needs shoveling also. My son can do it. But anyway, I have a customer that has fibroid tumors.
Oh, yeah.
And wants to know what to do for them.
Well, that's a great question, Geraldine. From our point of view, fibroid tumors are caused by free radical oxidative damage, in this case to the uterus. And, an MD will tell you that a fibroid tumor is like an extra growth, like a mushroom springing out of, the uterus. It's not. It's an overgrowth of uterine tissue caused by constant irritation to the uterine tissue, constant inflammation. It's kind of like a bunion, kind of sort of, that's popped off of the uterus. And what causes that to form? Well, we think it has a lot to do with oxidative stress, oxidative damage to the body. And the main culprit here, the main contributor of oxidative stress, big time to the body, is fried food. Fried food, man. So from our point of view, anybody that's dealing with a uterine fibroid needs to not even be downwind of fried food. For goodness sake, Colonel Sanders has been dead for 30 years. He's still killing people. Fried food is a big bad voodoo daddy. She needs to not even be downwind of fried food. Plus the other 9 bad foods. She needs to stop eating the 10 bad foods. But often the biggest culprit here for uterine fibroid formation is consistent consumption of fried food. So she needs to knock that off, number one. Number two, her body has a fire department, kind of like the police department, which is the immune system. Well, the body also has a fire department which puts out the fires of inflammation. Now, when the fire department, if the fire department showed up at a burning building and it didn't have any water, I don't care how many firemen there are, but the house is going to burn down. You need water, right? The fire department needs raw materials. Well, the fire department in your body needs raw materials too, but it doesn't have them. They're not readily available from the food. Selenium is an extremely important part of your body's fire department. The rest of the body's fire department can be loosely categorized into a group of substances loosely referred to as antioxidants. So antioxidants are measured by something called an ORAC score. That's O-R-A-C, ORAC score. Vitamins, of course, are measured by milligrams, micrograms, right? 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, whatever. Well, antioxidants are measured by their ORAC score, O-R-A-C. So when we are fighting presumptive oxidative damage in the body, it would be prudent to increase consumption of food and nutritional supplements that have a high ORAC value, and the target here should be between 50,000 ORAC points and 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. Now, thank God for Dr. Wallach, thank God for Youngevity, because we've got this dialed in. Youngevity has a chocolate product. It's chocolate. Let me say that once more. It's chocolate. It's delicious, and it's loaded with antioxidants. One piece of chocolate, it's called Triple Treat chocolate, has 18,000 ORAC points. That's 18,000 ORAC points. That's a lot. So 4 pieces of chocolate a day, she's good to go. I mean, what other doctor recommends people eating chocolate? Well, not very many. This isn't Hershey's chocolate, right? This isn't Hershey's chocolate. It's Youngevity's chocolate, and there's a great deal of difference. So the recommendation for her would be, 1, anti-aging healthy start pack, and 2 bottles of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And I don't want anybody doing more than 4 bottles of selenium a month. So 1 anti-aging healthy start pack, 2 selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and as much chocolate as she can afford, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. Now, sometimes we can get on the other side of uterine fibroids, and sometimes we can't. Because remember, we're not really specifically treating uterine fibroids. We're supporting and promoting the fire department of her body in this case, and we're going to step away and see how far back the body's able to fix itself. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But you can't never unsurgery something. And even if this does demand surgery, which it may, if she has surgery, that's not going to fix the original problem. Because she didn't get a uterine fibroid because she had a uterus. She got a uterine fibroid because something wasn't right in the body, and surgery isn't going to fix that. So even if she does need surgery, she's still going to need to do this program. And I've had a number of patients over the course of my career that have eliminated uterine fibroids without surgery. So, I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic when it comes to medical nutrition. But that's the long and the short of it, Geraldine. Does that make sense?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. I can't emphasize enough, Geraldine, in this case, the necessity to completely avoid fried food. And I thank you so much for your phone call and your trust.
Thank you so.
All right. Hey, Canada's on the line. Let's go up to Canada and see who's calling. I think it's Miriam from Canada. Hey, Miriam, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, my name is Miriam. 1 minute. Yeah, I'm calling from Calgary, Canada.
Very good. Welcome aboard.
Thank Thank you very much, sir. And I just wanted to ask you that you're talking about these vitamins, and I wanted to know that my son, in 2008, he had ulcerative colitis.
Yeah.
And then they kept treating him with cortisone and immunosuppressed medicine.
Yeah.
Then after 2 years, now already this is third year, his kidneys got affected. So they removed both kidneys now. Now he's on 4 days dialysis.
Ouch.
So now what can we do? I wanted to call Dr. Joel Wallish, but they don't pick up the phone and it's very difficult. But I want to ask first and then give the vitamins because this is different situation. That's why.
Yeah, no, I understand. And, you're absolutely right that something needs to be done here.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's only a matter of time until something else breaks in your son's body, right? That he didn't get colitis because he had a digestive tract, and he didn't get kidney problems because he had kidneys. There's something going on here, and I'm suspecting that the anti-inflammatories at the MDs had a lot to do with the kidney problem, but notwithstanding that, we need to move forward here, right, with a progressive, effective health recovery protocol for your son and for you and for everybody else in the family.
Yes.
So, okay, very good. I'm so glad that you called. We're coming up against a hard break, Miriam. Stick with me through this commercial, and when we come back, I'll finish up the program with you, and I'll dial it in 100% for your son. So very glad that you found us. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. Finishing it up in Canada with Miriam, whose son is in the weeds here. So, Miriam, are you still with me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, from our point of view, ulcerative colitis is caused by a consistent consumption of all the wrong foods. So, right, your son now, and this is a problem in all around the world because for the last 80 years, more or less, we have been culturally conditioned by the people who make the food to tell us what food is good and what food is bad, right? So from our point of view, the biggest culprits with colitis are wheat, barley, rye.
Sorry to interrupt. He had also HUS, hemolytic, some kind of blood in the blood also. So.
Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. So he needs to stop eating the 10 bad foods, especially wheat, barley, rye, and oats, especially those 4 things. He needs to go gluten-free. What's his blood type, by the way?
O positive.
Well, okay. So once he's been on this program for about 3 or 4 months and his health has improved, as an experiment, you may find it useful to completely eliminate all grains from his diet completely. 100%. No grains at all. But I wouldn't do that right now.
Okay.
I just eliminate. So visit my website, please, fireyourmdnow.com. You have to put the now on the end of it, now.com.
Okay, so fire your?
MD now.
MD now, okay.
.com.
.com, okay.
All right, and if you sign up for my free newsletter, we give you for free a copy of something called a Good Food, Bad Food list.
Yes.
And your son needs to stop eating. There are 10 foods that we've recognized as bad for the human body. He needs to stop those immediately.
Sure.
Number 2, we need to give him comprehensive medical nutrition support in a holistic manner. How much does he weigh?
36.2 kilograms.
All right, so that's about 80 pounds, more or less.
Yeah.
So, all right, so the recommendation for him would be 1 healthy digestion pack.
Yes.
1 healthy digestion pack.
It's
2 bottles of selenium.
Okay, sorry. So first one is 1?
It's called a healthy digestion pack.
Okay.
Okay, 1 of those, 1 healthy digestion pack, 2 bottles of selenium, SELENIUM, 2 bottles of selenium, and 1 bottle of something called Maquis Plus, MAQUI Plus. I'd like to see him do the Maquis Plus. He should only need to do that for 3 months. But he needs to take the other supplements all the time for the rest of his life, the healthy digestion pack and the selenium every day.
Okay.
Now, and eliminate the 10 bad foods. Now, when he's on this program,
yes,
he should see improvement. You know, his mood, his energy, his sleep, little aches and pains, whatever. These things should improve. Is he on a kidney transplant list?
Yes, they are going to put him on that.
Okay, so he's going to need surgery at some time in the future. And I have to tell you, Miriam, that
yes,
when you go into surgery with a strong, nutrified body,
yes,
you sail right through surgery without any problems, and your recovery time is half that they normally think it is.
Okay.
So he needs medical nutrition. He needs to stop eating the 10 bad foods.
So
Get
can
in
you
touch.
tell me what are those, if you don't mind?
Well, they're on the list, and I read from it every day, but it's wheat, barley, rye, and oats,
Okay.
oil in a bottle, fried food, well-done red meat, meat that has nitrates added to it, the skins of baked potatoes, yams, and sweet potatoes, and anything carbonated with a meal, you can go to YouTube.
Okay.
Go to YouTube and do a search for Dr. Peter Glidden. That's me, Glidden, Against the Grain, and watch a video that I put together that explains why wheat, barley, rye, and oats are bad, because knowledge is power. And by the way, you're absolutely correct in trying to go to Dr. Wallach, because Dr. Wallach is the person that taught me all this. Dr. Wallach is the man as far as I'm concerned, and there's no physician on the planet that comes close to his expertise with therapeutics. Thank you for finding us, Miriam. Get with the person
please,
that...
How can I talk to Dr. Wallace? Hello?
Yeah, you need to call the radio show. So my advice, call his radio program 10 minutes before it starts. 10 minutes before it starts, and get on the queue. That way you'll stand a much better chance of talking to him. Thanks for the phone call, Miriam. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all out of time, regretfully. Tomorrow night, what's bugging you? It's all about parasites for insiders and their guests. See you tomorrow. God willing and the creek don't rise. Live long and prosper.